Oh, we're live. At least I'm on time today.
All right, here we are, back again with Chucky, and this time we're joined with Jamie from Bloody Broads, and again by Josh from Development Hell. We're so excited for y'all to join us for episode 6. Sharai, do you want to say the title? Because I think you deserve to say the title.
He is risen indeed. And Chucky's rise. What?
He rose and Nadine fell.
I screamed. I reached for pearls I did not own when it happened, but we'll get there. I'm sure.
I skipped the whole episode. We'll just talk about the end. It's fine.
Yeah. I was like, as a millennial, I have nothing around here, but
we're there. Can we be there already? The whole episode, yes. I was just like, Nadine's Chucky's daughter. Of course, you can't slip it over me. Now she's dead.
She did.
I was like, well, they got me. I was like,
she had to die it.
Didn't everyone's been dead?
Everybody. Andy's wig did.
Nadine they put him. Why did Andy look like he had just done The Revenant? Like, I was like,
it's only been a year. How fast does his hair grow?
Really fast. Actually, I want to know what he uses.
Listen.
Probably takes Nutrafol, which is like what all the it girlies take.
Everyone's hair looks good. The therapist, first of all, the most beautiful character, old lady therapist. What she
gorgeous.
She may be one of my favorite characters. I just love how deliciously evil she is, and she doesn't give a fuck.
She doesn't care.
Unhinged.
She's like, I'm gonna watch you die, and I'm gonna love it. I'm gonna drink a martini while it happens,
and no one's gonna believe you.
Yeah,
I love that.
They won't.
I love that she was shaking a little Chucky and was like, "You didn't have it in you when you were a kid. I had to find it for you." And it's like, how many women were in the trajectory of him becoming Charles Lee Ray, the Chucky doll we know and love? How many set him on this course?
Right, like when she's like, "You always had this spark of innocence," and I was like, "Ma'am, why are you talking to him like that?" Like, I don't know.
I loved it.
Yeah, I loved it too. And like, obviously, anytime we get to see Fiona on screen is a win for me. So
we're getting more of it. We're getting more of it. More of her limbs. They're coming back episode by episode.
Those metal limbs give me so much joy. I don't know if I should be laughing, but I am. Like
it's giving Iron Giant. Like,
yes.
When she knocked that gun out of Kyle's head,
beautiful. It was beautiful.
She said, "Bitch." Anyways, I just loved that, and I did want to make a note because Trent, I saw where you were like, you didn't understand like why the Colonel was vaguely cannibalistic.
Right. Well, my question is Chucky a human or is Chucky not a human? Because like, is he a cannibal or is he just eating people as a dog?
Like, why would he have to eat if he is plastic? But the Colonel's whole character is a play on Marlon Brando's character in Apocalypse Now, for those who are watching who might not know that.
I did not know that.
I love Marlon Brando. I'm a stan. And so it's really funny because towards the end when he's like, the horror, and it's showing like the flashback.
Oh, God. I was crying.
I'm so sorry if your grandparents are like Vietnam War veterans because that whole scene, I was like, oh no.
It was a little shocking. I love when the show shocks me, and it tries to.
This episode did that a lot, and
yes,
I was here for it.
I was just gasping like every 3 minutes because like they were like, and now this, and now this, and I'm like, whoa.
I loved that we got to see Sister dye her hair red, and Chucky's like, you would look better as a blonde. And I was like, wow, like truly the Hugh Hefner of horror villains. Like, yeah, of dolls. Like he needed his Tiffany. Although it was really act. That's what I was about to say. When he called her Sister Act, I lost it. And also that he was just like eating the communion wafers as like Jesus.
Look good.
Because I mean, Sharai knows. Listen, I love cults and I love slashers. So this whole season has just been like,
I've loved it.
It's for you. What did you think of Cult of Chucky? Where does it rank?
Well,
it's for you, Trent. I know that it is.
It's up there. So normally I like franchises in the order they come out, except for Halloween.
Can't really.
But it's funny, I actually like Scream 3 more than Scream 4, which is like sacrilege to most people. But
it hurts.
That's fighting words.
Josh has never been around me to listen to me stand Scream the way that I do. But it's in terms of this, Cult of Chucky's like number 3 for me.
Sick. That's a good ranking for it. I'm a Cult of Chucky apologist, just like you.
I love it. I would apologize for it. I love it.
I love it. Like it's what got us here. It's the DNA.
Well, and like I just recently watched or rewatched all 7 films, starting on like Sunday, and I just finished last night. Night before last. And people don't give Call of Chucky it's my favorite of the franchise, and I give no shits because it marries what I love from the first 3. Okay, calm down. It's not that big of a hot take. It marries what and Nay Beaver commented. She's like, "Oh, it's spicy," and I was like, "Oh well."
That is spicy.
But it marries what I love from the first 3 and what I love from Bride and Seed, because it keeps the campiness while injecting more of that like dark horror parts of it, and it does it really well. And it's a great precursor to the television series, which I think is the best of the whole incarnations of all of it.
Wow!
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, Curse of Chucky erasure.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
I don't love that
like
one.
Scream, there is no bad time with Charles Lee Ray. Like all the movies are good.
What about Scream season 3? What about Scream season 3?
You know what? We're not talking about the show here. We'll talk about
the TV show.
I don't know her.
Yeah, that doesn't exist.
I can't agree with seasons 1 and 2. I can't agree because I like it.
I don't know her. The Mariah Carey gif. I don't know her. You cannot make me.
I wish I had my glasses with me right now. I can't read all of a sudden. I don't know. I have to say though, Nadine was irritating, and like I know that other people love her. Josh, I know you love her. She just something about her. I was like, it's too much. Although I don't want to I'm going to save some of my takes for tops and bottoms because. Yeah.
As you should. Your tops and your bottoms always need more love.
I'm a side. Have you heard of sides?
Oh,
it's a new one.
Is that like a switch?
Yeah, kinda.
God, Stan was here. Stan the mechanic. I hope you're watching.
Hi, Stan.
Yes, we love him.
I haven't met him IRL yet.
Listen, I will say Nadine was growing on me. I couldn't trust her because she had red hair. But I think what Bella Higginbotham. Is that how I say that?
Yeah.
Okay. I think what she did with that was interesting because you don't have to be in love with all the characters, and she was like annoying in a curious way. So I'm like, what's her deal? What's her deal?
I wanted to know more about her.
She flew.
Yeah.
What is her name?
Bella Higginbotham.
Wow.
She just goes by Bella now.
Yeah.
She just goes by Bella.
Beautiful.
Yeah. She's famous now. I mean, she's just like Bella.
She should. Yeah.
I love her.
She died in the arms of an angel, so she.
Oh.
In the arms of an angel.
They should have played that song. I would have shit myself if they played that song.
I would still be laughing. We couldn't do this.
No, I know. This has nothing to do with like this specific episode other than the fact that like it's part of the series. The needle drops this season have just been so good. Like I love Don Mancini so much, and his taste in music is impeccable for this TV series.
Yes. So good. And so
it's
good.
a mood. Listen, 100%. Like it's talking about serotonin.
I remember. Did you do Kim Petras yet? I feel like last season, maybe.
Last season, first episode.
He did.
Yeah.
I know. I was like, Timothy, like, I'm alive.
Kim Petras Halloween albums need to be so much more famous than they are.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm always like stream, I like list something that's like not unholy.
Speaking of listening, Kyle's ear. Is that what the explosion did to her?
I didn't get it. And I was like, who's this character? I've never met this character before.
Kyle
This is the adopted sister?
Yeah.
Whatever.
Like they put her in with new hair, and we didn't talk about it until Chucky was like, "I
like
like the hair."
Maybe that hair's a wig, and we haven't seen underneath to know all.
That did kill me.
Maybe.
Chucky says, "What did you do to your hair?"
So funny. Good for him.
It's like this mousy brown that's like not.
No.
I don't know. I was like, who's that?
Where's the blonde? He loves a blonde, you know. That's
I'm
his
telling
favorite.
you.
Tiffany.
I'm telling you.
Why
And
not?
in two, he does hit on her a lot.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you for pointing that out, Trent, because I thought I had like fantasized that, but like 100% he hits on her.
Oh yeah, he was like, I used to like you. Now you're old. And I love when he laughed because only one person died in that explosion. And he was like, that's crazy.
I don't know. Do you know who he reminds me of? There's a creator on TikTok that does like the like I think they're Hispanic or Latino, and they have like the big eyelashes and like one's up and one's down, and they're like, that's mad crazy to like everything. And, like, that's who I think of every time someone says that. But like specifically for this episode, the religious themes, I don't know about you guys, but like they were starting to get to me a little bit, and I was like, all right, like I'm tired of the convent, like I'm tired of school, except for Father Sawa.
I mean,
Listen,
he
Father
keeps triggering
Sawa,
me though. I could look at him all day. He just needs to keep his mouth shut.
He can trigger
Yeah.
me. That's fine. I'm going to...
Well, like, can we talk about how like he was locking all of the kids in their
Fire
rooms?
hazard. Fire hazard.
Right? I was like, hold on. And then when he got to the sisters, I was like, just say you have a kink and move on. Like, come on. Like,
Mhm.
For real.
Yeah, no. It needed
You
to
see, the
happen.
religious stuff doesn't get to me because I'm so Jewish, but I love it.
That's
I find it
fair.
so
I wish I was
sweet.
Jewish. Can I just
It's a lot
We
more
don't want
fun.
anyone else joining our team. You don't even apply. You're not going to get verified.
Even for $8? I'll pay $8.
Especially for, actually, you know what?
actually, you know what? Trin, we have to say no to you 3 times. I just, you know what's funny is that like when I like this whole episode was giving me very much Midnight Mass vibes.
Mhm.
And I was like, okay, like when are we gonna see some more of the evil come through? Because Chucky's super playful, right? But like, do you guys think they're holding back on some of the not satanic, but like possessed stuff? Because
Oh.
I think they are.
We're getting exorcism next week, and I'm ready for it. I'm ready.
That
I
is
know.
true. And next week looks wild. I'm so excited.
I did not watch
Doctor-
the promo.
Oh, I
No.
did.
I
Because I was still like, Nadine. And they put it in front of my eyes. And I was like, in front of my Nadine's dead body?
In front of my salad? Anyway, best quote of all time.
Listen, I'm happy that Father Sawa is finally caught up to these doll shenanigans because he saw 5
Yes.
different dolls and was like, what's going on here? I
Oh,
was
yeah,
like,
they caught him up.
It only
Yeah.
took him 5. It only
That's
took
I was
him
gonna
5.
say.
I'm surprised he's still alive. I was like, is he still alive in episode 6? That's amazing.
yeah,
Father
I think they're going to
Sawa-
let him live. I think it's
Yeah,
like
they will.
episode 8. Yeah.
Also, Father Sawa's a himbo because it took him
Okay.
$5 for him to be like,
Wait a second.
Right.
hold on. Also, I love that he was like, does the baldness not disturb the children to the therapist?
I love that.
Right? There was a lot of hair comments in this episode.
And she
Buff
played
Chucky. Buff Chucky's jokes.
Chucky's the best.
Buff
She like
Chucky's
got to like the
all
base
jokes.
of his like childhood fears and was like, only the evil children are scared. And it was like,
Mhm.
you're the evil child, Devon Sawa. The
I
evil
know.
child is in you.
He was Casper. He's done shit. I love his reaction to Sister Ruth talking to him about the doll being the Lord. His reaction, I want to be nominated for something. I don't know what and how.
And why was this not more of a concern? Like, especially, okay, he doesn't know this part, but like when the nun was kissing the feet,
Yeah,
Of
she's
dead
watching
swole
his feet
Chucky, I was like,
Jesus.
this bitch is clearly from Arkansas. Like, she is just bought and sold into this religious, and like, oh my God.
I can't wait for her to start murdering everybody.
I know.
Yeah, with her new hair.
I know.
I can't wait to see it.
She dyed her hair red, and she reminded me of again the nun in the Mike Flanagan show when I was like,
Oh, yeah.
I see what we're doing here. Like we're dropping hints, dropping breadcrumbs. Okay, although good Chucky, I knew that he wasn't actually good from day one. I was like,
Same.
this is bullshit. Like,
Same.
I still, yeah, no, I agree. I just think I'm interested to see where they take that. Like, where,
Yeah. Is
How
it long
how much
con, or is
further
he
can they
starting to
go?
lose it?
I mean, he just killed Nadine,
Right.
so it can't go further.
But
which my
as
point
soon
is,
as he did that, he like, why did I do that?
Yeah.
You know, like
if Jake buys this shit this week, so help me, because I'm already looking at Jake like, are you trying to get your whole squad killed? What is your problem?
Oh, bless. I think Jake is like missing a few screws sometimes. And I know that like he's a teenager and we all did dumb shit as a teenager. But like we didn't throw our friends out of windows.
Listen,
No.
we
Well,
might have wanted
well,
to, but we didn't.
but
Justin,
also,
well,
there was that one time.
the stakes are lower in Canada because
Health insurance.
Yeah.
But I will say, I do think that they are definitely playing with Jake's sanity this season and playing with his dark side. Because I think that, you know, as queer people who grow up with parents and society and everyone telling us how evil we are, then that sometimes leads us down wrong pathways. And especially, I mean, let's look. Devin keeps saying, Chucky killed your whole family. Okay.
Right.
His abusive father, his abusive uncle, his abusive cousin, like, okay.
Listen, some of us gays are just naturally evil. And I think that we recognize that.
Christy.
Yes, Christy.
You might be a seed of Chucky. Like,
Listen,
take an ancestry DNA test.
For people listening, Christy wrote in, I locked my sister out of a second-story window on the roof.
On the roof.
I was 8, she was 6. It gets better.
Well, she's gonna be 6 forever.
Listen.
Not forever, Joshua.
But yeah, I do think they're playing with Jake's like moral compass and like where,
Absolutely.
and I think that's why he kind of sees something good in good Chucky, because he sees something coming from this evil place that could be redeemable. But like he's taking it a little too far. This episode, because I was like on the fence, but then this episode when he killed the fly, number 1, without puking, and they even mentioned you didn't puke.
Yeah.
And he's like, the night's young. And I was like, but no, that's not how sick works.
It's been a long time the whole time. I think that good Chucky was a facade, and he's been waiting, and he's like, well, it's all coming down. It's all coming down. I'm gonna shove some bitches out some windows. The Colonel's here. Because like when the Colonel showed up, he was like, hi, new friends.
Waving,
and I was like,
yeah.
That was cute.
You know they're evil. You know they're
That was
evil.
one of my favorite moments with the Chuckies in the different windows and just like waving at them.
Yeah, Buff Chucky was flipping them off.
It's the children's show I would have watched as a child, but I didn't get it.
Who's
Can we talk about Chucky for a second? Because I know you guys talked about him last episode too, but like that is the funniest shit to me for some reason. I don't know why, but like it's really funny for him to be like a little Zac Efron, like pumped up doll, and then to have like a child's face just kills me. And the fact that he's so aggro and that's the one that she thinks is Jesus. Because can we talk about how like American evangelicalism like has those paintings of Jesus where he's like
boof
ripped?
Right?
All of them do. It's all of them. I'm like, this is gay porn.
It's a
If
bodice
you wanted to
ripper
give me
every
gay
time.
porn, charge me.
This is gonna be like the hottest of takes, but like The Passion of the Christ was like a borderline snuff film because it was so violent, and like I was forced to see it at a super young age, and so I'm always like, this is, you guys, of course the one that she thinks is Jesus is super buff, because like nuns are famously surrounded by only other women, and then their father, again, just say you have a kink, it's fine.
Yeah.
Right.
And I also think something else they're doing really well this season, besides the religious iconography, is the queerness. I appreciate the honesty of it so much more than like the cutesy YA version I feel like we got in the first season. But that's not my forte. So
I agree with you, but I said it last episode and they got mad at me because these kids, like, they're too straight passing, and 99% of the gay people I know, I am sorry, are not.
Right.
And I want to see some more femme for femme on my TV instead of this. What's the Canadian pop star he looks like? You know the one.
Oh, are you talking about?
He doesn't want to tour because he's no. It's
the one that
kid
they
reason.
did.
Shawn
Mendes Canadian?
Yeah, baby.
Today I learned. Today I learned.
Wow.
Yeah, Shawn Mendes is the like will they won't they of.
Doesn't he kind of look like Jake though?
Yes.
I can see it. It's the hair.
It's the hair.
If any of the three could die and we could get away with it, who's it gonna be? Because it's Jake.
Lexi.
It's
No,
Lexi.
she's a girl.
I know, but that's who
But they've already shown they can just replace. Like they kind of replaced her with Nadine this season.
No, they did not.
But they killed Nadine, right? So I think if they're going to kill any of the three, I think it's either Devin or Lexi, and I hope it's not Devin.
If they kill Devin, I riot at dawn. I don't care where I'm at.
I don't think they'll kill either
No.
three this season, but
Devin's gonna be fine. Devin's the only smart one there.
Right? Because he's like, Jake, it's Chucky. Chucky's killed everybody. We need to get rid of Chucky. And Jake's like, I got feelings.
I agree on you with that point. But the point at the end of last episode where he's like, I'm mad at Jake. Let's go to the woods. I was like, Devin, who the fuck are you? And what
but
did
he
you
got
do with
results,
your brain?
didn't he? He did get the results.
He did get the results, but he could have got caught.
They explained the doll heads everywhere real well. I was like, I didn't get it last episode. But when the explosion of the Chuckies, it was cute.
No. Like,
really
my thing is...
It's like a graveyard.
Right? No, because... And that's my other thing. Ball Chucky's killed all but 3 dolls, and he blew up one, and he just killed the other one with arsenic. So, like, technically, we are almost out of Chuckies.
There's good Chucky and Nika Chucky.
Yeah. Yeah, as far as we know. I mean, there could be another one in the wings, because, like, Charles Lee Ray is that bitch.
Forget about Tiffany.
What did the psychiatrist say? She has a line where she's like, you know you have a thing for resurrections.
You've got a knack or something, yeah.
Yeah, you got a knack for resurrections. But she also points out that like the more Chuckies that get killed off, the less powerful he becomes, which is really interesting. Because that's only briefly talked about in Cult of Chucky. Very briefly touched on.
No.
Rules of the Chucky world I don't pay so much attention to, but I should.
Like,
I want to.
Yeah, we need like a hit board, like on Scandal. And like some yarn and some
I want to rewatch Scandal.
It's so good.
Do we forgive the episode for 0 Jennifer Tilly? Because I'm not sure that I can.
No,
that's my bottom.
I was gonna say that's my bottom.
0 JT.
Y'all sharing a bottom. Hope it goes well.
Bring her back.
I mean, yeah, we can talk about that. I mean, that was my bottom. That like Jennifer Tilly is so underutilized. Like, if she's on board to do this season, like, let her live, let her be.
Honestly, like, Jennifer Tilly and
for the full season
makes
Fiona.
Yeah, Jennifer Tilly. Yeah, they make the season. They make the franchise. Because honestly, my top 3 in the franchise is Bride, Seed, and Cult. And those are the ones that utilize Jennifer Tilly the most.
Cult, the worst one.
Mine is Bride, 2, and Cult. So,
I love 2 as well. 2 is my top of the first 3.
Sure, it was 2 where we figured out where there's a picture on the wall of him in a bonnet. Isn't that 2?
Yeah, no, that was a 3.
Is it 3?
Because they're like in the corporation.
It's when they're in the factory. So
that's 2.
That's 2.
Okay, yeah. No, if you look at the pictures as they're walking down the hall, there's a Chucky in a bonnet, and I want that Chucky
like
to make an appearance.
Silk bonnet.
Yeah.
And
John, listen up.
Yeah, Shrey and I were both like,
right?
Is he wearing a bonnet?
Screen grab. Chucky in space when? Chucky in space.
No. You keep Chucky out of space. You keep him out. He doesn't belong up there.
If anyone belongs in space, it's Chucky. He'd be such a good little astronaut.
I don't want him on a spaceship because how's he going to land it? He can't reach the pedals.
But can we at least get Chucky in New York?
Okay, I like this New York trend of horror.
Like, he can follow Ghostface. Like,
I would pay
in New York. Send him there.
I would pay so much money to watch multiple Chuckies and multiple Ghostfaces like meet.
Can we do because we've had Freddy versus Jason. Let's get a Chucky and Scream crossover because those are the queer horror franchises of our loves. Let's have it happen.
Chucky and Scream are the queer horror franchises. Sure, yeah, okay. Yes.
Kevin Williamson and Don Mancini is all I gotta say.
That's all I was gonna say too. I was like, well. I mean,
I do think he would go up against Leprechaun though, just because.
Oh my god.
We don't talk about that.
Did Leprechaun ever leave the hood? I hope he did.
Yes, with Origins, and then he went back to the hood.
No.
Did he ever leave the hood?
I don't want him back in the hood. Leave him out of there again.
Yeah.
Keep him away from us.
He didn't stay in space. Did he go to space once?
He went to space number 4.
Listen.
I haven't seen it either.
Yeah.
Wow.
Bobby
gets
said
it.
Chucky beating ass in the NYC subway. It's been done before. Search it.
What?
Of course
I
it
gotta
has.
see
Oh,
this.
that one kid, or I shouldn't say kid. I don't know if it was a kid or not, but it was a person dressed as Chucky who was height appropriate, and they were like kicking people's asses. I did see that. What?
There's one in a stairwell where the
Yes. Multiple people dressed as Chucky has done random shit. Like I remember one person was just like robbing people in the subway, and they were somebody's recording it because I'm like, that's Chucky running. That's Chucky running with that bitch's shit. Oh no.
Is it? Wait, what is that like an actual thing
Yeah.
from the
Like a
movie? I
YouTube
somehow
video?
forgotten.
I've gotta find this.
It's an actual thing in the real world because people.
it happens in the real world. Yeah.
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 No,
What,
but not
what
in the
would you
movie.
do
Put it on it.
if you were walking down the street and someone dresses he
I would pick
comes
them
and
up.
starts beating the shit out of you?
Yeah.
I would pick them up.
If they were beating the shit though,
The shit out of
Well,
you.
Josh doesn't know, but I'm little. I'm 5'2", so like there's not that much height difference.
so it's equal. It's
it's
equal.
equal.
Take 'em
I
down.
could just like pick them up and be like, oh, let's kill your inner child. Also, like
So you're
I'm
dead.
not blonde,
So
but like
you've been murdered.
yeah, I'm not blonde, but I feel like I could like outsmart Charles Lee Ray with the flirting. Like I could be like,
Oh, for sure.
You're trying to be the next.
You would try to
the next
turn you
Tiffany.
blonde so fast.
What?
listen, Sharai
Tiffany-
knows. Like early 2000, like 2005 to 2007 fashion. Clearly, I mean, I'm wearing a juicy hoodie for those that can't see.
Oh
Like,
my god.
She's there, so like I just feel like I could be like,
You're my generation. I'm just figuring it out now.
I could be like, hi Charles. Like I feel like I could like con the right.
Wait, are you like actually into Chucky? Because that's beautiful.
No,
I want you to be.
You could be the
I-
Are
next.
you're into
I
redhead?
would be into Chucky.
I used to be a redhead actually.
Oh, there you go. I mean, I've been a redhead before.
I've never been a redhead.
I've been burgundy-ish, like because
Yeah,
my hair it doesn't always
really
take.
good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
same. That's mine. Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be a
People
beautiful-
watching this are like, this is not what we signed up for.
Did the torture scene make you grossed out at all? Because
Yes, I was
The
very
what?
grossed out.
the torture scene at the
torture
beginning,
scene.
it's so easy to get me with that.
Yeah. I was
Eating
more
people.
disgusted with Andy's wig, but like I see what you mean.
You loved it.
I hated
She
that
was-
wig.
Wait, the corporal or colonel was like cutting pieces of Andy off like he was a hamon from like
Mm.
But-
you guys know what I'm talking about? The charcuterie
Yeah.
they like cut
Yes.
the prosciutto from.
Yes, I
That's
do.
what it looked like. I was like,
I thought he was gonna
I-
feed it to him.
I
That
did.
was-
I was
That would have made me grossed out. Like, oh, that's the episode of The
And, like,
Walking
that's when
Dead
he's
where they did that to
surviving,
somebody.
you
I was
know?
like, ugh.
I think it's interesting because this season's the first time we see Chucky eat because he had the apple earlier in the season
yeah.
and he was eating these wafers in this episode. And I'm like, did you really make Chucky start eating just so he could eat Andy? Because I love that, Mr. Mancini. I
Yeah,
love
do it.
that.
Do you think
Make him
he's-
eat him.
I know. Do you think that he's slowly turning human? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of been as the series has gone along, like, that was kind of a big thing when he started to bleed in one of them. Like, oh, that was a big deal. He freaked out about, like, he's becoming the doll, essentially.
Yeah.
in the first movie, the person he killed that taught him the voodoo told him that the longer he's in the body, he's gonna start becoming a person in a doll's
That's what
body.
I thought. Okay.
I don't
And
think these rules are fast and.
I mean, they're not.
I mean, they come up when we need them.
They're wibbly wobbly, you know.
I mean,
And I
funny.
love that for it.
right?
Yeah.
They're like, remember this thing from the first movie? We need it now.
we don't. We don't
and I'm like, I kind of do. I'm here.
I want to see the show Bible.
Listen, I would kill to see the show Bible. I would
Is there
kill.
a show Bible?
You know there is.
Yeah.
Like there's a show Bible, and it has the scripts from the first 7 movies as homework for people who are starting the show.
Only
Absolutely.
person cult.
Well, so another podcast that I love to listen to, Guide to the Unknown, did like an original and then like the sequels, like versus battle for October, and they talked about this whole franchise, but then they compared it to that, and I keep forgetting that it was even made. The Chucky or the Child's Play that got made in like 20.
Oh, the remake.
Yeah.
Oh.
2019.
never-
Why are you bringing that up?
I know. Go with me on this journey.
Okay.
Go with me on this journey.
Okay, we'll try.
Log off.
So they were talking about how like they wish the rest of the series leaned into the voodoo aspect of it, and like same, like I want Angela Bassett to like come back as her character from American Horror Story and take over, be like, you done fucked with the wrong witch, and like take over Charles Lee Ray trying to appropriate voodoo culture. Like that's
Gorgeous.
what I want.
Jessica Lange is the nun.
Yes.
Is taking over this whole place.
Yeah.
Maybe that's
Her
Catherine.
cigarette.
Maybe Catherine is
Guys, I'm
her
so scared
lover.
for Catherine.
She got
she's
shot.
done.
She got grazed this
Protect-
episode before many other. Did they just shoot Catherine? And I
They
like.
shot
leaned
Catherine.
I
over.
almost got pissed. I almost turned the TV off.
Listen.
Do you think Devin and Catherine might kiss?
No. Devin is a gay boy. The character, anyway. Don't know about the
Oh, I meant
actor.
Devin. So
When will we get a Child's Play musical? I hope never. Sorry,
hope
Christy.
never.
I hope never.
I mean,
I want one now. I would like that. Let's
Wait,
do
are
it.
we talking about like a musical episode or like
No, like a musical on Broadway
thing?
in space.
No.
Chucky's
No.
Rocket.
I think
Oh,
as
I'm
campy
right.
as
Popcorn.
Chucky is, it
Rocket,
can lend
popcorn.
itself to a fun
Oh.
musical. But
Josh,
like,
have you seen The Great Comet? We could do the Great Comet crossover with Chucky, and like it
No,
would
but I'm
be
gonna
awful.
absolutely look into it immediately. I'm gonna do homework.
It would be
This is-
awful, but it would be so camp. Listen, I'm all for camp. Sharai knows that, like, it's so funny because I normally like really heavy horror that's like, people make fun of me for being like, here she goes, she's going to say trauma again. But it's true. Like, I love the camp because that's how I express, like, the healing from trauma. Like,
Mhm.
I love a lash. I love a lip. I love, like, a comedic. Last week when you guys were talking about Jennifer Tilly coming back as a drag king, I was like,
Yes.
please. Please. I would pay real American dollars for that.
Right.
The half and half.
I
Yeah.
can see her.
The
I can see her
silky
with like the
nutmeg ganache.
binder and the mustache, being
Yeah.
like,
Oh, what's
"Oh,
that? What's that
Chucky."
episode of Drag Race where they had to do that for the challenge?
The half and half. That's what I was thinking about. Well, and then like that episode of Sex in the City where Charlotte does the drag king stuff, and I'm like, is she still better than everybody else?
Do you remember the lesbian friend episode that was so problematic?
Yes.
I think about
Oh,
it. I
all
think
the
about it
time.
all the time. Like,
Literally
they
all
the
use
time.
the scene and they-
I've only ever watched the movies.
Oh,
Oh.
Trent, the
God.
movies are awful.
It's the only ones I've ever seen.
The
And they're
movies
not
are
great. You're
not
right.
good.
That's probably why I haven't gone back to watch the show.
No.
I am.
Movies-
Let me just go ahead and like.
she just disappears.
That is
She's gone.
awful.
She's gone.
I cannot with you.
I
I mean, it's so
No.
funny though. But no. Like I think there's so much crossover between like this is like because Don Mancini is a very out queer man, and like there's very openly queer characters in the show, and I think it's really funny to like watch them try to do a human version of Glinda because it's not translating for me for some reason. Which that's no knock against like the writers or the actor. She's wonderful. They're wonderful, but like
Well,
human Glinda is not working.
it's not working. I agree.
Yeah,
It's not working yet.
it's a great actor, but like I think that, and I think they're doing well in keeping up with where we are in our like
Right.
where we are in the evolution of how we see gender. Because like in Seed of Chucky, I was like, okay, this is really like it's dated at this point. Like
You have to remember that it came out in like what 1990.
no, it's
2004.
It's 2000. It's in the 2000s.
Which was basically 1999. Let's be
Right.
honest.
In Canada, it was 1999.
Josh and I had the same haircut. What?
No,
I
Red
swear
Man
to
is in there doing his thing,
I
trying
had a
to
bowl cut.
screw Jennifer Tilly. It's a thing. It's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
I mean, it was progressive for 2004,
It really was.
but
And
it
'cause you
also
had-
killed Britney Spears, and that was weird. It
Because
was
you
actually
had
very
Glenn
I know.
saying they don't feel like a boy or a girl, or sometimes they feel like one or
Both.
the other.
You're too
Right.
hot. That doll is wretched. And I want that.
I mean,
Not the
it
wretched
was
one.
supposed to be kind of monstrous as a thing, but like, and then at the end of it, Jennifer Tilly, who is having the babies for Glinda to go into, has a boy and a girl
Yeah.
to like split them into. It's just it's very dated in the thought of like
It's the
non-binary
origins of
identity
love.
everything.
I cannot with you.
It is very progressive for its time,
I
but
want
it
that song in the
doesn't necessarily hit today as it did, I'm sure, back then.
I,
It's
things that hit Dr. Mixture. What is her workout regimen? Because
yeah. What's the hair mask? Like,
she cleared
I love her.
Andy and ran up and down those stairs. Like, nobody's business.
Yes.
And I was like,
She has a punch like she is a
Oh.
Nebraska woman in a bar fight.
Yep.
Like I said.
She- just
She's hot.
They didn't give me Jennifer this episode, but they gave me her, and I was like, you know what?
Where's she been?
She driving. She busy.
She
She
should
driving.
be the psych. She should have been the whole season a psychiatrist at the college or wherever they are.
I know. The little boarding school.
Because I was mad because when we met her in the first episode, I'm like, she's evil. How's she involved with this cult? And so, like, when they did the review, I was like, whatever. And in this episode, they were like, she's punching bitches. She's like shaking Chucky by the neck. She's like,
kiss a doll. I want to see her kiss a doll. Somebody kiss a doll.
Don't tell her to do that because she will.
I think, okay, so correct me if I'm wrong, because Chucky.
You're wrong. I'm so sorry.
Chucky, as a character, and her are not like vastly different ages, correct?
Right.
Chucky was like in his 20s, mid to late 20s in the 80s. So today he would be in his 60s. I think she's in love with him.
She met him when he was a child. I mean, I'm not saying that she was not, but I'm just saying she met him when she was a child.
That's the timeline today, but like it doesn't make sense because he's in his 20s. So she's in like, how old is she? 100?
May December romance.
I was going to say grooming, but you know.
Yeah.
And I get that they're trying to do this like this is his childhood home. I don't understand how she would have known him as a child.
She was his childhood therapist.
But how?
How
old is she?
This is the question.
A good foundation and a good moisturizer.
And a routine.
Because she's got, so
she's had work done.
He would have been a child in the 70s?
Yeah. Early 70s.
No.
So she has to be in her 80s.
She's good for her. Good for her.
Jane Fonda is 81. So like
and she could kick my ass.
Right?
I would pay
Fair enough.
I'd watch.
I think we're going through a little bit of like Laurie Strode syndrome where we're like expecting her to be like, you know, late 60s, early 70s and just like militaristic in her ability to whoop ass. But like she's got a pistol and every time she pistol whips somebody, I laugh harder and harder.
Yes.
So funny.
That could be the full finale.
Episode.
I just want to bring up that Laurie Strode was celebrating Halloween 4 years after Judy Greer died.
Her daughter died.
And I just like talking about that because I just find that's the trauma experience that I find interesting.
The trauma?
I think we should get this exact group together to talk about Halloween Ends because we've had conversations on Twitter and it just makes me laugh every time. And it does relate to Chucky, I swear, but it's really funny.
I mean, I am still thirsty for, you know, but other than that.
The hot incel. Remember when Halloween Kills came out, there was like a promo that put Chucky and Michael Myers together.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
There is more of that.
Yes.
But I want Chucky and Scream. I don't want Chucky and Michael. Let's leave Michael. Let's let Michael go rest for a little while. He needs a cat nap.
Michael, go to the tunnel, Michael.
The tunnel.
Listen, if you get beat up by a man who's being terrorized by band kids, you need a rest. It's time to take a
You don't know how scary band kids can be.
If you have a psychic link with a man who has been eating rats for 4 years, like, let's talk about it. Are you okay? Like,
are you okay?
The dental work. All I can think about the whole movie. Listen, I also think about like who is doing Chucky's hair this whole time because his hair stays so pressed and so clean. And outside of them baptizing good Chucky, that's like the only time we see him being washed. And I'm like, I know that doll smells like hell. I know he smells bad.
When they showed the baptism in like the last week on Chucky, all I could think about was Sharai.
Does he sweat? Does Chucky sweat?
No.
I get it.
Not his fresh press.
No, you cannot wet the fresh press. That's rule number 1. Like, you get the fresh press done by a professional. If it's raining, you got to stay in their house until it's not raining.
What about
it? Reminded me of the infamous courtroom scene in Legally Blonde when she's like, the first rule of getting a perm is not getting it wet. Like,
listen.
100%.
I was like, clearly Charles Lee Ray is a sociopath because he's like, yeah, wet it. I don't care. It's not my work.
All right. Should we get to tops and bottoms?
Yes.
Jamie, what's your top and bottom? You already said your bottom.
Yeah, I already said my bottom was Sister Catherine getting shot. Leave her alone. That woman is tired. She's the only one with 2 brain cells to rub together in this whole operation.
Truly.
My top was anything that Swole Chucky ever does or says. He's hilarious. And then also when she said, how does it feel being a redheaded doll's little bitch. And I was like,
Lexi has guts.
She does. She's probably one of my favorites besides it's not that I don't like Devin, it's just that he's a little lost in the sauce right now.
He needs to give up Jake because Jake's pulling him down. That's gonna say
I really
that.
don't like Jake.
Kill Jake.
I don't like Jake, and that's my super controversial opinion: is that we should kill the main character.
Listen,
you gotta kill Jude.
I mean, I don't think that they're going to do that because I think they have to give, they're
Kill
giving him a
him.
journey. You can't love him.
you
all
know
the time.
what? You know, it
Josh
didn't
and I
take
are
Andy.
kill him.
Kill the gay.
It did not take Andy 2 seasons to realize any Chucky's a bad Chucky, and he was younger than Jake. I'm just saying.
Right. Well, and like seeing Andy so broken just like killed me. Like the very sensitive part of me was like, someone help that man.
How is he walking?
How
Right.
is he wearing
It was like when the
clothes?
girl
He
got her
doesn't have
butt cut off
skin.
and fresh and then running
Well,
around.
it's just that
That's what I was
one
gonna
leg.
say.
Like, why are you walking, you infected
Listen.
gross man?
No, Chucky freshed him. That's what I was gonna say.
Chucky freshed
But we had questions about that
Freshed him.
too. How was she sitting down?
She
That's
had
what
no
I
bum, so it's easy to sit.
It's hard to sit down with 2 cheeks, but
That
one.
was my
One?
note during Fresh. I know sure you and I talked about this. Josh, when my podcast covered Fresh, I was like, I don't know if this was supposed to be funny or not, but there's no difference between the before and after of her butt cheeks being missing.
Every time I saw that girl sitting,
had
I
no
was like, oh,
bum.
ow, oh, I'm uncomfortoable. I'm
But
really
there's no-
uncomfortable
They
right
should have given her padding.
Yeah, there's no visual difference. Like,
Yeah.
she's just
Just didn't have a bum.
That's
They could have
why
given her
I
like the
don't.
chicken cutlets in the back for the first half of the movie, and then take them out
Something.
and be like, "Some's gone."
Yeah, take out the padding.
Yeah.
something.
Oh, the
Listen, they
assless-
need drag queens handling costumes. All I'm saying.
assless-
Always.
on this show with the wigatries.
But how do
Yes.
you, oh yeah, but
I'm
I
still
also had
not
a thought of
over
like,
Glenn,
how is he
like,
functioning after he's been
down
dead?
here?
The only people who are handling hair correctly are the people handling the Chucky dolls. Everybody else is lost. They're like, the budget went to Chucky's hair. Sorry about it. Put this on with some duct tape. Go with God.
The Colonel.
The Colonel.
Yeah.
That's your top?
No, me.
Oh, yeah, Josh, what's your talking about him?
I guess.
Or
my-
your side?
Thank you. Which I never got to explain what that means. That's a gay man that doesn't participate in penetrative sex. We like
Oh.
everything, well, not everything else, but other stuff. And we
Yeah.
don't need to be bullied into this gay butt sex hierarchy system.
I'm
Okay,
with
you
you,
can have
Josh.
two
I'm
sides.
with you.
Thank
You can have two
you.
sides.
Stand
Josh.
strong in your
Oh
sideways.
my
Your
God.
sideness.
You don't need an entree, just 2 sides. Go for it.
Yeah. What did I like the most? Okay, so I think when I screamed because the redhead girl died, that was nuts. Nadine, good night.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Oh no, but also the line of like, what do fairies do? They fly. Yeah,
That killed me.
that was great.
It's real that when they say what a fairy said, I'm like, you're not gonna kill one of the gays by
I thought
saying
she
what
was
the
just gonna
fairies do.
jump. She was like, I don't know,
Yeah.
not gonna jump. Anyway, so I loved that. And then where was Jennifer Tilly? Where was she? Not even a hello. Very
She
rude.
was driving. She's driving.
She can drive and say
She's
hello.
Thelma and Louise right now.
She is, but I hope she doesn't end up that way. That's all I'm gonna say.
Right now, Jennifer Tilly has the car of the friends I'm waiting to see, and all the other friends are there. And I'm like,
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I'm happy you're here, but where's the people I came here for? I put on pants for a certain group.
The
and they're
new
not here
picture
yet.
of, like Jennifer Tilly wanted. I have to find that and use that somewhere because that
We
made me
need
laugh
it.
and laugh and laugh.
If we don't see her
We
next
love it.
week, it's gonna be my picture, and I'll just be talking from behind it. Look.
And my other bottom is I miss Meg Tilly and she's dead.
Yeah.
That's where she is. She's been burnt.
She's
Yeah.
burnt up. Burnt up.
I love that news clip, that news caster who was like, and then Oscar winner, the sister of Jennifer Tilly.
Also,
She's also Oscar nominated.
The shade. I love the shade. Like,
So funny.
my top was the Colonel being taken out before he overstayed his welcome, because that's a
Yeah.
character we didn't need that much of.
No.
And I was worried about that. I was like, if we're gonna watch Ball Chucky have a moment for 3 more episodes, I don't know.
He literally was like, I was like, please take this doll to the veterans, the VA. Like, y'all help him. He needs PTSD counseling. Like, Lord Jesus.
It's up to her time.
We need to get him out of there, and they did. My bottom is Nadine's death actually hurt me. I mean, I didn't trust her. I didn't know if I liked her most of the time. And I do stand a show that knows it needs to kill the kids if you're gonna put them in there. But it still made me gasp. And I did try and clutch pearls I don't own because that was the reflex. I'm a millennial, so I'll never own jewelry. But I was like, oh.
It was
And so
very
that's
fast.
It was very fast.
It was
He said,
fast, but it felt. What do fairies do? And then she was in the arms of an angel, and they were like, "No," and I was like, "Throw Chucky out next. Throw him out next."
She's gonna possess a doll or something. I feel like we're not.
They're gonna bring her back. Also, I just needed to point out that Devon Sawa posted "Confess to Me," and then he posted this.
Oh my god!
I have a cover on my screen, so apologies for the glare.
We shared that on our Twitter, and that's gonna be why he doesn't follow us. He's like these dirty bitches, because I was like, what am I to do with this? Look,
he follows the thirsty folks. He does it all, and he retweets.
He does.
Follow me.
Show your nails. Your nails.
What?
Show your nails.
Yes. You should be like, look.
I saw glue.
He knows what he's doing, and yeah, him locking people into rooms. I was like,
right.
I was like, is that extra?
Me and Josh are worried about
before you lock that door. Come on in here.
You're on the wrong side, Kanazawa.
Yeah, I was mostly just worried about the fire safety. I was like, as a former nanny, I was like, oh my god, like, what if something happens? Like those poor children. But yes, I think overall we have the same tops and bottoms this episode, Sharai. I was like, where the hell is Jennifer Tilly?
Yeah. If Jennifer Tilly's not there, why did I put on pants? That's why I'm saying everybody's wedding, birthday shower. I don't care. Look.
Why?
Why? What was the point? What was the reason?
I know, not even a clip of Liar Liar.
I know.
Not even a clip.
She's got 900 movies.
7 though.
Yeah, not even a reference of like a Frasier episode she was in. Like we got no whispers.
We got Hannah back from S Club 7 though.
We did for a very small second.
For the third time.
I love her.
She's basically a recurring character.
I love her. Anyway,
okay, wait. I'm sorry, Jamie. What do you think the S in S Club stands for?
I heard you ask this last week, and I know you think it stands for sex.
It has to be.
I think it stands for spirit.
Okay, all right.
I know. I'm the PG version of things, like spirit.
Are they close to your heart? We don't want to.
Spirit Club.
Look at the sexy spirit.
It's Sex Club 7. Anyway,
the second is silent. The sexy spirit.
Sex Spirit Club. No.
Yes.
No.
Ooh.
No,
I don't know.
Strange.
I knew some of them were still like teenagers when they joined, and so I was like, should I say that about them? Like,
yes, you said. Are we allowed to talk about people that were like older than us? You know what I mean? Like, are we allowed to have crushes on people that were like older than us but are now younger than us? Do you know what I mean?
Oh,
how do they get younger than you?
Like, let's say you crush on like Devon Sawa in like who knows what.
Right.
Casper.
And like
now and then.
That's weird.
Now and then. Anything he was in.
Devon Sawa and Final Destination, I will give you. Because
that was underage, I think.
Was he?
He's Canadian, so he's aging slowly.
I guess we watched Final Destination.
I did too, but I can't remember like those movies. Genuinely
he looks of age.
But my thing is, he's older than me, so I can be thirsty. If he was younger than me, I could not be thirsty.
Right. Exactly. That's how I feel about a lot of actors. I'm like, oh no, I'm finally at the age where like some of you are younger than me. I'm like, oh shit.
That hit hard. I'm like, wait, how old are you? Look,
I know that I'm younger than you, so I was like, oh shit. Like I
was putting together a thirst trap for Dread, and I was like pulling up men from Netflix. I was like, oh no, I have to put the internet when I'm done writing this. Like
this sounds SEO informed.
It does. We'll have to talk off pod about them replacing Henry Cavill with Liam
Cavill.
Hemsworth. Yeah.
Hemsworth.
Yeah, the Hemsworth we haven't really seen a lot of outside of the Hunger Games.
I was like,
right, that one.
Yeah, no, he's a cutie, and he's less problematic, but like
it's so strange. No offense to anyone that loves it.
I've
It's
never
a
seen
very
it.
strange show, and
I watched the first episode, the first
I
season,
only
but I didn't
seen
watch it.
3 episodes, and it was all because of Henry Cavill. I have zero shame in
Is
that.
he the Witcher?
Yes.
Did they get rid of the character and still call the show that?
So The Witcher is still part of the show. This has nothing to do with Chucky. But now Liam Hemsworth, I almost said Neeson, is gonna play Henry Cavill's character, which is everybody's like,
No.
okay,
No.
good job, buddy. Good for you.
Get a new character in there. You know?
Just
That's what I
change it.
said.
Get a new
Change the
Witcher.
name.
I wouldn't. Let me put it this way: I would not accept someone else voicing Charles Lee Ray except for Brad Dourif. Like I would be like, that's not Chucky.
Well,
Like,
then not
that's-
Fiona could do it. Fiona
Fiona
could
could
do
do
it.
it.
That's different. We've seen her as him. So
I was trying to explain to my friend who's not seen the series Chucky that like Fiona Dourif is cute on her own, but as her father, she's smoking, and I don't know what to do with that knowledge.
because when I saw her in male drag, I was like, oh no.
That was a biological man. I don't know if that was male drag.
Correct.
I looked at that and was like, well, I've just moved on this Kinsey scale. Thank you for this knowledge.
Right?
Look.
I was
Whole
like, maybe
clip.
I'm not like a zero. I was like, oh no.
Not anymore.
I was like, more to the center. And she was just going out like that. She was just going out like
Yes,
that.
she was just going to
drinking. And I
bars
was
like that. Can I humble brag and say I got to interview her once, and she was saying and they film it in Toronto, which is where I live. And she was telling me that she like would just go to normal bars like that and just like pass as a cis man as her dad. And I was like, "There's
That
so
would
many layers."
fuck me up because I would think I was meeting Brad because she looks like him, and I would be like,
It would be shocking. But
I
also
would-
the dead
mean,
character is. Ugh.
but seeing Brad today is also like not the same. Like it's also like, oh wow.
Yeah, Brad today is a different character for sure.
No,
he's also in his 60s, so let's give the man a little.
Oh yeah.
He's
He
an
doesn't look
attractive
bad.
grandfather.
I'm just saying
He's
he
an
does not look like
attractive
Fiona
grandfather.
anymore. I mean,
Yeah.
you know what I mean.
There was a picture of them together last Christmas. Does that sound familiar?
Yeah.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
He is an attractive grandfather who in his prime was attractive. His daughter as him is hot. And I don't know how to that's a bunch of complex salts in there. And I don't know how to work through it. And I don't know if they know how to work through it.
We
Yeah.
were just talking about an old man that was so hot, Sharai. Who was it?
Okay. Chris Sarandon, who's in his 80s,
Oh
can still get it.
my god, he's
Is he?
80 something.
He's
and I
80
would
and he
do
can still
it.
get it.
I'm
I delivered to him like
right now.
Grubhub. He could have it now.
Look him up right now. Truly, he's hotter than I'll ever be.
Sorry, you guys just saw a live reaction of me seeing a picture of him for the first time in years. He's giving very much like Oscar Isaac, but also a little bit of like Al Pacino, a little bit of like, I mean, I see it.
Yes.
You're also talking to the person that was like, if I had a time machine, I would go back in time to like 1950s Marlon Brando. So like,
I want that for you. Although I don't know if he'd be so nice.
Yeah, well, that might not be the best time.
That's
to
okay.
be
I know I
a
would.
We're just
woman
going in
of
for a
any-
weekend. You have to get in and get
Okay.
out.
Yeah, get in and get out.
It would
Have
be
a
great.
good time.
for
Have a good
night.
weekend, and then leave.
A weekend,
Correct.
yes.
Yeah.
Correct. I would just
No.
be like,
It's like a
Don't
Tinder
try to
date.
Maybe you
love-
could
It's just
change
that
him.
time.
Maybe you could
What?
make him.
I could
Don't
do
try
that.
to love thing. Just get in and get out. Have your fun.
Oh.
Actually, I don't know anything about him. Maybe it was like a sweetie, nice man.
You didn't watch any of the Godfathers?
Come on.
He's listen. He had supposedly. We're spilling all the tea on this live. He supposedly had that was James Dean. James Dean supposedly had a 3-way with Eartha Kitt and Paul Newman. That's all I'm going to say on that.
James
And
Dean
Marlon,
could get it. I'm just
correct.
saying.
At any
Eartha
age.
Kitt. Eartha
Eartha
Kitt
Kitt.
was that bitch.
But I can't got it.
She did.
She did get it.
She was it. She was.
So to bring this back to Chucky, if Chucky was made in 1950, I think Eartha Kitt would be Tiffany. Or Jane
Yeah.
Mansfield. Jane Mansfield would also do a really good job if they were
Oh,
going to
this
stay
is a
blonde.
Ooh,
Amazing
Did we?
game.
That's
Yeah.
fun.
Josh has never like gone down the rabbit hole of my love of classic movies, so it's me. But
I mean, I've never seen anything that's like good. Like, I've never seen any cinema in my life. I've only seen like
Trash.
sequels from the 90s. So I don't know.
You do have a
The
taste. You do have a taste. Trent, what are your tops and bottoms?
Oh shit! I never gave my So really quickly, I've already talked about it. My top is Dr. Mixter because she's everything, and she's a top. And she just is chaos. I also want to say I love that she is chaotic evil with no
qualm.
reason. Like there's no like she's not trying to get revenge. She's not, as far as we know, not in love with Chucky or anything. Like she's just evil. She just is.
More evil women doing evil shit.
Correct.
And my bottom is Father Sexy's treatment of Sister Catherine while he's locking up the rooms. I was like, oh, even though I loved her responses to him, but like she was standing up to him. I was like, yes. But then I was just like, this is bringing me back to every conversation I've ever had with. Like,
I know.
You guys were Jewish. I'm sorry.
Listen, no, like I love it because she's like, what are you doing, Father Sawa? You fucking up, and he's like, don't tell me what to do. And this is every episode. Like
every episode.
It's a buddy comedy happening in the background of Chucky, and I want it. I want that spinoff.
Cute.
Adorable.
Those are my tops and bottoms.
Awesome. So the tweet of the week, as usual, it's weirdly funny and genuine because this show has hidden all of us in the feels.
Yeah.
It's coming from @Lord Lumax, and it says episode 6, 3 question marks. Never heard of it, 3 smiley faces. Nadine died, 3 question marks. What do you mean, 3 question marks? She's literally holding hands, talking about Mr. Pasta with Lexi right now. Heart emoji, #Chucky, #Chucky season 2.
Mr. Pasta.
Oh, Mr. Pasta. That's why, again, I never trusted her, and I didn't know if I liked her a lot of the time we had her, but I didn't want her to die yet. I wanted more time with her so I could figure her out.
I was so smug that I knew exactly what was going to happen with her.
I know.
I thought she was in the cult, and we were going to have her for like the rest of this run.
I thought she was too, and I was wrong.
She still is. It could still happen.
She could have a twin. She could have a twin or a triplet. Everybody else does.
The show does love a twin.
Yeah, they do.
But as of right now, I like. She didn't do anything wrong and she's dead. So, like, I'm sorry that I didn't trust you, Nadine. I was wrong.
I'm predicting. Listen, I'm predicting that when they kill Devon Sawa this season, they'll bring him back as this actor's father, and they'll both come back in some way, shape, or form.
This is the new American Horror Story, and I like that.
This one's gonna last longer in my heart than 2 seasons. But like that's all I gotta say about that.
I mean, I can't even believe we have 2 seasons of a Chucky show. I want 30, but I'm so grateful.
We have to get a 3rd.
I hope so. Fingers crossed.
It's so good. How can I not get a 3rd?
Listen.
Truly.
What else is USA and Stuff I doing? What else?
Reginald the Vampire.
Don't be shady. Don't be shady.
But it's
He's precious. I'm sure it's a fun show.
I watch.
Anyways,
I don't get fat people on TV that often.
I know. Give me a TV show. I can learn to act, probably. I don't know.
Sharai, I've known you for a while now, and I've seen you act.
No.
You could act as Sharai?
No.
Yeah.
I can play gay.
She's where she's supposed to be.
You know, I could do that.
You could.
So,
I've seen the resume. Yeah.
So that is our thoughts on many, many, many things, including Chucky season 2, episode 6. Our next regular episode, I should say, on Monday is The Night House with Jen Owens.
It's a good time. See y'all next week. We have disagreements. See y'all next week for more time with Charles Lee Ray. It'll be the penultimate episode, and so you know it's going to go off the rails, especially with an exorcism.
Ooh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
It's a 3-drink minimum. It's a 3-drink minimum episode already off the bat.
Boom. All right. So that's our thoughts. As always, make sure you stay fierce out there.
Bye.
Bye.